What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Zonker's second personal challenge video.
Whoa! How in the motherboard did I get in here? Whatever. The first thing we need for our app is inspiration. To the internet. Wait a minute. Okay, I think we got something here. T-Rex. No. Z-Rex. Z. All the integers in mathematics. These are the positive and negative whole numbers. Alright, I think we got something. Let's go! Alright, we finally have our app idea. The game is going to be called Z-Rex, Dawn of the Integers. It's going to have a similar gameplay to Google's famous T-Rex game, and it's also going to help people practice their operations with integers. If you ever wanted to make an app, you're probably going to want to look into an IDE, or an integrated development environment. Basically, this is a place where you can go to do everything you need to bring your app idea to life. For Android apps, I definitely recommend checking out Android Studio. If iPhones are more your thing, Xcode is probably going to be your best bet. You can find tons of resources and tutorials online for both of these, so you can start learning anytime. It is time to decide, will I make an Android app or an iPhone app? On one hand, I do have an Android phone, but I have no experience in Android Studio. On the other hand, I do not have an iPhone, but I do have some experience in Xcode and with Apple's coding language Swift. I'm terrible at these types of decisions. iPhone app it is! In all honesty, it probably would have taken me 10 times longer to make it on Android, given that I don't have previous experience working in it, and I definitely wanted to finish before the end of the school year. Life lesson: always set reasonable timelines. Let's go make our app. Let's open up Xcode and create a new project. We're going to select Game and iOS. Let's title it Z-Rex, Dawn of the Integers, making sure we're going to use Swift and SpriteKit. Create our project, and Xcode will set everything up that we need to get started. And I have no idea what I'm doing. To the internet! Alright, the internet is up and running. I've found a tutorial and I believe I can now make sprites in Xcode. A sprite is any graphic that can be added to the screen and manipulated. This word often is used when making games. Let's get coding. We're going to call our first sprite My First Sprite. We'll make it blue and let's give it a width of 50 pixels and a height of 50 pixels as well. Let's put its position at the point 0, 0, and this addChild method will digitally birth our first sprite. If we are successful, it should be in the bottom left-hand corner, a little blue box. Yes! Alright, one blue box isn't that fun, so let's make a second sprite node. This time, why not make it red? And how about a little bit bigger? Let's give it a width of, let's say, 200 pixels and a height of 300 pixels. Let's put its position at a point, let's move it further away. How about 250 and a Y value of 425? The add child method will add it to our screen. Let's test it out. Ooh, I am good. I am good. All right, well, colored boxes is great and all, but I think it would make our game a little more interesting if we added maybe an image or, in other words, a texture. We're going to call our texture sprite, and we're going to connect this image to our sprite node, and let's set its position, how about just at the base of the red box, maybe 200, 200. That should be good. We'll add our sprite to the scene, and if we are successful, we should have a sprite that is not just a color, but an image that is a little more interesting. Yes! Okay, so we've got sprites, but this game needs some action! And I just so happen to have a friend who knows a thing or two about physics. Let's go see if he can help. Yo, Newton! I need your help with some physics. But it's for my personal challenge video. Alright, I've gone ahead and added Newton to our game, as you can see. But now it's time to add some physics. Let's create a physics world and apply a gravity in that world. We will use vectors, 0 in the x direction, and why not -1 in the y direction. Negative because we want Newton to fall downward. Then we also need to apply our physics body to our sprite so it can interact in our physics world. Let's test it out and make sure everything is functioning properly. Well, we don't want that happening. Okay, let's add a physics body to the frame that will prevent Newton from falling through for all eternity. Now that we've got gravity working, let's defy it by teaching Newton how to jump. We're going to use this touches function so that every time the screen is tapped, it will run this method. We're going to apply a force vector in the y direction by, let's say, 95. Let's try 500. Well, after going through a couple tutorials, watching some YouTube videos, and doing some experimenting, I think I've got all the skills I need to make this app. As I code, please enjoy the wonderful musical background created and performed by the man, the legend, Mr. Romer.
Unfortunately, due to copyright issues, Mr. Romer's music will not be featured today. You should check out his songs though. They are, how do you say, lit. Enjoy a substitute song as Mr. Zonker codes his game.
Life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a moon, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life, been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
is finished! It is available on the App Store for iPhone and iPad. I want to give a huge shout out to my RSA STEMworks students for inspiring me to do this project. Mr. Zonker's second personal challenge complete.